Indeed, Tom Coughlin told us they'll want to get Randy out of the way, and they'll want to get Tom out of the way. Our ball game is underway. Steve Gostowski gets us down to Dominic Hickson. He'll get it back to about the 25-yard line, and the Giants will go to work from there. Let's set the lineups for you. The league's top pick in 04, Eli Manning, remains a work in progress at quarterback. This month, he has completed fewer than half his passes and thrown more interceptions than touchdowns. Behind him, Brandon Jacobs is coming off a career-high 145 yards rushing last week. Plaxico Burress with 10 touchdowns is the go-to guy, even though he's been hobbled by a bad ankle. Up front, the Giants are a solid and cohesive bunch. All 5 are veterans. All 5 have started every game this season. Manning operating from his 25. Brandon Jacobs, the lone back. He'll get it off the right side and pick up a 5. Gives us an opportunity to set New England's defense. Their base is a 3-4, and the man in the middle, Vince Wilfork, is key to making it work. He's headed to the Pro Bowl. The linebackers are simply great. Vrabel, Sayal, Bruschi, and Thomas averaged 12 years in this league, 34 years in this earth, but they're defying their age. The secondary, too, is exceptionally sound. Rodney Harrison is the hitter. Asante Samuel, with 6 interceptions, is going to Hawaii in the Pro Bowl. 2nd and 5 for Manning and the Giants. They go to a 2 tight end set as Michael Matthews and Kevin Boss check in. Manning will throw for the first time, looking deep for Burress. Caught inside the 20. Ellis Hobbs with the coverage, but Burress went up and got it.
First of all, this is the first week that Plaxico Burress has been able to practice the entire season. He looked great in practice. I knew early on they would come out and test Ellis Hobbs. If there's one guy on this defense that you can attack, it's Ellis Hobbs in the secondary. And you see the way Plaxico Burress was able to jump, get up in the air. That's what we haven't seen out of him in the past this season.
52-yard strike, first down at the 18-yard line. Fake to Jacobs. Manning rolls this side, throwing and in and out of the hands of Steve Smith. Are they calling it a catch? No catch. Steve Smith, their 2nd-round draft pick out of USC, with only 5 receptions on the year, had his hands on that one, but couldn't hang on to it as he went out of bounds.
Yeah, and Steve Smith had a big drop last week in the Buffalo game. That one, if the ball bobbled, would be incomplete. Let's see. Did it move in his hands? Yes, it did. It came out on the tail end. He was going to the ground.
We've got a red flag.
Trying to make the catch.
Tom Coughlin has thrown the challenge flag already. We're not even barely a minute and a half into this ball game.
Well, that's a bad challenge. It's not even close. It's an incomplete pass. He was going to the ground trying to make the catch, and you have to maintain possession throughout, hitting the ground and rolling over and all that kind of stuff. It's not even close.
Mike Carey is our official tonight.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It's being challenged by New York.
You don't think this one's even close?
Nope.
If the call is upheld, we'll come back. The Giants will have 2nd down. We're back in a moment. The Meadowlands, right up here. Mike Carey has gone under the hood. We've had our first challenge of the night. Chris, take us through it. What'd you see?
Well, anytime a receiver is going to the ground on his own, he has to maintain the catch all the way throughout all of this process. And when the ball kicks out at that point, it's an incomplete pass.
The receiver, while making the catch, was going to the ground. Upon hitting the ground, the ball came out immediately. That's an incomplete pass. New York will be charged with their first team timeout.
And I think if the coaches would have taken a little longer to look at that one, they would have realized it was incomplete and not cost their team a timeout. Really, the head coach in that case is completely beholden to the coaches upstairs and what they see.
So we turn to 2nd and 10 for Manning, again at the 18. Jacobs remains in the ball game as the deep back. He'll get it. Try the right side and come up with nothing. Ty Warren was the first to get there on the stop.
You know, you talk about this Patriots defense. This is a team, and I don't know how many people realize this. Everybody would assume, okay, we know this is the #1 scoring offense in the league, blah, blah, blah. We've heard all about Brady and Moss and all the guys. But I don't think many people realize that this is the #1 scoring defense. They're tied with Tampa Bay, giving up the fewest points, under 16 points a game. So that is what makes them, at least on paper, one of the greatest teams of all time.
See what Manning does on 3rd down. Looking far side, completing to Burris, would seem to have enough for the 1st down. In the arms of Ellis Hobbs. He'll get a left foot spot. That would be enough for a 1st and goal.
One thing the Patriots do not do is they do not flip-flop their corners. You know they'd rather have Asante Samuel on Plexico Burris, but Ellis Hobbs plays on that side. They had him double teamed. They had him inside and outside. He just stopped, came back, and picked it up.
This is the best way, of course, to beat the Patriots. Keep that man on the sidelines, Tom Brady. The Giants on 3rd and 10 pick up 10 and a foot. And so they've got 1st and goal. Call it the 8-yard line. This is Jacobs. And Jacobs is stoned in the hole by Vince Wilfork.
Well, anytime you start to run the ball on the Patriots a little bit, they will more often than not jump into their 4-man front instead of their traditional 3-4, and that allows them to bring in another big body, another big defensive lineman. They get guys down, they split off the nose, and Vince Wilfork is an awfully tough guy, and Dean Pease, the defensive coordinator, understands you put another big guy in there, you have another chance. Now they're back to the 3-man.
Despite their success running the ball this year, the Giants have not had much success in the red zone running. This one is complete to Jacobs. Chuns one tackler. Touchdown Giants.
What does Scooby-Doo say? Ruh-roh. Uh-oh, we got a ball game now. And if anybody would have had the right to beg out of this football game, it would have been Brandon Jacobs. On the bad ankle, he's been hurt, dinged much of the season. He wanted to play, he insisted on playing, and he comes up big there.
Lawrence Tynes comes on to add the extra point. And we're barely 4 minutes into this ball game in the Meadowlands. The Giants have a 7-0 lead.
Saturday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. GMC, official vehicle of the NFL and proud supporter of those who wanted more.
Across the Hudson from Manhattan, the hometown fans are psyched by what they've seen. They've watched their hometown Giants go 7 plays, 74 yards, and just 401. And score the first touchdown on opening drive this season against the undefeated Patriots. The key play, a 52-yard strike to Plaxico Burris. Brandon Jacobs with the touchdown, a 7-yard catch from Eli Manning. And so Tynes will kick it away. This is Ellis Hobbs, the deep man for the Patriots. He'll come up and field this at his 11. Hobbs will work his way back to the 25-yard line before he's snowed under. The Patriots, with their high-powered offense, will come back on the field for the first time this evening. They're trailing 7-0.
How you doing? My name is Jermaine. Thanks for the NFL Network. Giants and Patriots. New York Giants all the way.
We would assume that gentleman is very happy because his New York Giants are out in front 7-0. And you can see Bill Belichick is working it with his veteran linebackers there. He did not like what he saw in that opening drive of the Giants. Brady and company will go to work from their own 27. They open with 3 wide. Lawrence Maroney is the lone back. Brady will throw on first down, low but completed to Randy Moss. First down, Patriots. Let's go ahead and set their offense for you. We could spend an hour detailing Tom Brady's achievements this year. Suffice it to say that he's a lock to win his first NFL MVP award this season. Lawrence Maroney gets the start at running back. He's coming off back-to-back games with at least 100 yards rushing. Randy Moss leads the NFL in touchdowns. He's got 21. Wes Welker's having a career year too. He has 101 catches. Brady will get good protection tonight. 3 of his 5 linemen, Light, Mankins, and Copeland, are all going to the Pro Bowl. Just like that, first down Patriots. Brady will throw again, complete this from the other side to Welker, and he crosses midfield to about the 44-yard line. Another first down, New England.
Wes Welker, for all the conversation about Randy Moss, and certainly he's had a phenomenal year, for my money, Wes Welker has just been tremendous. Coming into this season, he had 1 career touchdown pass in 3 or 4 NFL seasons. He has 8 this year. When you talk to the coaches on this team about him, they say he is always open. He is too quick for people inside. Been a great complimentary receiver for this football team.
Maroney will get his first carry of the night and get nothing as he tries the left side. Stone there. Let's go ahead and set the New York defense for you. Michael Strahan got that tackle. He's a 15-year veteran, the big name of this defense, of course. But it's the other end, Osi Umenyiora, who leads the NFC in sacks. He's going to the Pro Bowl. Middle linebacker Antonio Pierce is their do-everything guy in the middle. He calls the signals, and he's their leading tackler. The Giants' #1 pick, Aaron Ross, starts tonight at right corner. At the other corner, Sam Madison is the secondary's elder statesman. He'll be matched against Randy Moss most often this evening. Call it no gain for Maroney. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Brady and the Pats. Brady swings it wide for Watson, in and out of his hands. We'll leave him with 3rd and long.
Well, it's interesting to see that New England and Tom Brady in this first drive are coming out and they're willing to open it up. Remember, they have 2 new offensive linemen on the right side, Ryan O'Callahan and Russ Holstein, over there filling in for the starters. And one of the things that the Giants are going to do tonight is exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles did. They want to bring pressure, but more than that, they want to pressure these wide receivers. They don't want easy releases. They don't want easy yardage.
3rd and 10. Kevin Falk is checked into the ball game as the back alongside Brady in the backfield. Lawrence Maroney is out. This one goes to Falk. Screen right side. Falk will come up short of the markers as he brought down at the 38-yard line. Aaron Ross coming up to make the stop.
Now it gets a little interesting here.
First decision of the night for Belichick, and he's not blinking at all.
Yeah, it's a little too long for a field goal here. They're inside the 40, down to about the 38, and as he often will do, he's going for it. I think he went for the screen pass with the knowledge he would go for it on 4th down if he came up short.
Heath Evans is checking into the ball game as the fullback. He's to Brady's left. Maroney is to his right. Moss is split far side. He's looking for Moss. Completes. First down, Patriots. That was Justin Tuck coming with the pressure, getting to Brady, but not before he completed a first down connection to the man who has become his favorite receiver in New England.
They put a guy like Justin Tuck over the center. It's almost an automatic mismatch. So even though they pick up the first down there, they at least accomplish getting a hit. And Randy Moss got away with a little push on Sam Madison at the end of that play.
And so Maroney will try again up the middle, getting maybe one before he is stopped. The Patriots are accustomed to having success on opening drives this year. They've had 8 touchdowns and 4 field goals on opening drives this year, meaning that there have only been 3 games when they haven't gotten on the board the first time they touched the ball.
Well, so far I'm seeing a lot of activity on that defensive line from the Giants. Michael Strahan, who was telling us at the beginning of the week, he was like, I'm not sure I really cared on Monday if they went 16-0 or not. But the more film we watch and the more we got into this game, the more we wanted to play and thought we could beat them.
Certainly they are not intimidating. They've basically said it'd be kind of neat.
They're on their toes tonight.
They say they have not said one word about Tampa Bay, their first first-round playoff opponent. Brady completes this one, his 2nd completion of the night to Welker. He goes down in the arms of Kavika Mitchell, but would appear to have enough for another first down, New England.
Tom Brady is just so good at this. He does the little pump fake to get the linebacker to move. As he looks him away, it opens it up for Welker to come in behind him. Just watch Tom. He's going to flinch and give a little pump fake out to the right. The linebacker jumps that. He catches Welker back on the other side.
First down from the 21. They'll stay with Maroney again. Patriots not having much luck on the ground this evening early on. Give them a gain of perhaps 2.
You know, and that sort of has been the ultimate question about this football team is what happens when they get in bad weather like they did in the Ravens game? Can they overcome that? Can they come back and run the football? In the last couple of weeks with Lawrence Maroney, he has gotten that done. We've seen him break off some big runs. He had not had a run of longer than 20 yards all season. Last week, 2 over 50.
Except this is a team that has had a 100-yard rusher in 5 games this year. The previous 2 seasons combined, they only had 3, so one could argue they're actually running it better this year than they have before. Empty backfield. Brady under pressure will still get this one off. It'll fall incomplete. Second time it's been in and out of the hands of Ben Watson. That was Osi Umenyiora coming around the backside and almost getting to Brady.
Osi Umenyiora, I'm not sure how he missed him here. He went for the knock it out of his hand strategy right there. Coming around the edge, he swats at his arm, and Brady somehow, I don't know how in the world he knew he was there, but ducked just as he was swinging at his arm. Just another brilliant play. Talking to Matt Light, he said he's uncanny. He sees those people coming behind him.
3rd and 8. Brady with time, throwing end zone, overshoots Randy Moss, incomplete. And this time Belichick will settle for the field goal.
That time the Giants, instead of trying to bring pressure, brought just 3. They went with a zone blitz, brought back one of their defensive linemen into coverage, and Sam Madison's doing a pretty nice job on the outside. It's sure he had double coverage, he had some help over the top, but remember what we were talking about before. They think they're going to try and go to Randy Moss early. They're going to double him all night because they think they want to get that record out of the way, and so far they were right.
Gostowski will try from 37 yards. And with 5:21 to go in the first quarter, he gets the Patriots on the board. They're down by 4 in the Meadowlands. Tonight's aerial coverage is presented by Gillette. Our conditions for tonight in the Meadowlands actually perfect for football in a stadium that is notorious for its bad weather and its gusting winds. Winds are barely 8 miles an hour and 45-degree night. It's very pleasant out here. Gostowski kicks it away, and again, this is Dominic Hickson. He'll take it at his 9, and he won't get much. Antoine Spann coming up and stuffing Hickson at the 20. Eli Manning and the Giants will get the ball back. They're leading it 7-3.
Saturday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by IBM. When you're ready to stop talking innovation and start doing, call IBM. And is rated for Sprint Speed. Sprint.
Good look at the rink at Rock Center. Used to sit outside my office right there. I can't tell you how many times I daydreamed looking out there.
Mr. Today Show.
Oh, no. That's ancient history. Manning and the Giants will go to work from the 21. They're leading at 7-3. He'll give to Jacobs. Jacobs cuts it back to the right side. Picks up maybe a yard. Brings up second down. NFL Network is where football season never ends. It is the network for NFL coaches, players, teams, and football fans too. Remember, log on to iwantnflnetwork.com to find out how to get your all-access pass to the NFL all year long. That's football 24/7.
I call it the tool. It's my tool for
You're dialing
studying
up
the
constantly?
NFL. I love the network, sure. I use it all the time.
Give Jacobs a gain of 1. He'll get it again. And this time he's stopped in the backfield. Junior Seau, the first to get there. A loss of perhaps 3.
Boy, Junior Seau still has this. When he has the opportunity, when he sees you pull that guard, he's going to shoot right through the hole where the guard was, and he still has enough speed to get there. We were talking to Belichick about Junior Seau, and he said, I know he's 38 years old. I know it. Nobody practices with the intensity of this guy. Forget game day. Of course he brings intensity to game day, but nobody brings it to practice like this 38-year-old man does.
18th year now out of USC. What a player he has been. 3rd and long from his own end. Manning with time steps up, completes in and out of the hands of Amani Toomer. That one was right in his breadbasket. And the Giants, that's their 41st drop this year. They lead the league.
And Amani Toomer leads on this team for those drops. So anybody who wants to say anything about Eli Manning, not this time. They clear out with Plexico underneath, right in the breadbasket as you described it. And that is a cold drop on third down. That's like a fumble or an interception.
And so the Giants will be forced to punt. Jeff Fiegels comes on for the first time tonight. Fiegels kicks near sideline. Wes Welker will field it at the 42. Sidesteps one tackler, and he's dropped at the 50. And so with 3:36 to play in our first quarter, Brady and the Patriots come back on the field. It's the Giants leading 7-3.
There are people out there who have power.
Did I just teleport?
They can change history.
Ready to play action fake. Back to throw. Has time. Downfield. Randy Moss. Touchdown. And the Patriots are blowing the doors off the New York Jets in this season opener.
That's how the year began for Brady Moss and the Patriots right here in this stadium as they turned back the Jets in week 1, and it's only been upwards since then. That's
when everybody around the league said, oh no, he's back to being Randy Moss. I thought he went somewhere else when he was with the Raiders. They gave him a 4th-round draft pick for that.
Brady and company start this drive from midfield. They'll fake it inside to Maroney, and Brady, under pressure, just throws it away. We get this note from the Giants sidelines. They have lost Kavika Mitchell for the night with a knee injury. And we'll try to get a little bit more of an exact wording on that as the evening goes along. Jarris Wilkinson has checked in for him.
And Kavika Mitchell's coming off of his best game of the year and the biggest game of the year. He was NFC Defensive Player of the Week last week, had an interception for 20 yards and a touchdown.
Brady will toss to Maroney, and Maroney will be dropped in the backfield. Jarris Wilkinson. Well, how do you do? Right off the bench and right into it.
Where the Giants are going the way of the Philadelphia Eagles in this one. Wilkinson up there right at the line of scrimmage, right in the A gap between the guard and the center, and they're just sending the second back through. It was Antonio Pierce that went first, and then Wilkinson came right behind him.
And the Patriots having no luck running the ball. Maroney tonight, 4 carries, -2 yards. Third and long as the Patriots have thrown it in reverse on the first 2 downs. Brady will get it off. Umanura with the pressure. Brady under pressure goes down at the 38. And we've got our first flag of the night. There's a flag in the secondary, so hold everything.
While the quarterback was still in the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 23, 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
They call that one on Corey Webster, the 3rd-year player out of LSU.
And if there has been anybody on this Giants team that's had a tougher year than Corey Webster, I don't know who it is. Here's a young man that was a high draft pick. He's been working hard to make plays, trying to do various things, and he just got his hands on a little too long. Says, I have no idea why they called it, but past 5 yards, they're not going to allow that.
And just like that, Brady gets a new set of downs.
Killer penalty right there.
He'll throw on first down with time. Completing this one, Dante Stallworth with his first catch of the night. He goes down in the arms of James Butler.
But if I had to say there's a storyline to begin this game, this defensive line from the Giants is pushing the offensive line back into Tom Brady. Tom Brady's biggest asset this season has been the ability to step up. When the tackles send the defensive ends wide, he's always been able to step up. But in this game, they're getting a push in the pocket that we haven't seen. That would be Robbins and Cofield in the middle for the Giants. This one to Welker, and Welker will be pulled out of bounds inside the 20. James Butler got there, and with that catch, Welker now moves into first place in the NFL in receptions.
overtaking T.J. Houshmandzadeh. That's his 104th catch of the year.
Well, how about on the outside, Randy Moss throwing a block on this one. Wes Welker out in front. Randy Moss gets the nice roll-up block on Sam Madison, and he's off. That is something we have not seen much of during the brilliant career of Randy Moss.
They don't pay him the block.
He did a little grab hold there, but it worked.
A little bit of leg whip, too.
Wasn't bad.
1st and 10 from the 17, and Brady will try Falk inside, and again the Giants stone the running game of the Patriots.
Well, they're trying a little bit of everything. That time there was a brilliant trap by Logan Mankins coming across from his guard position. Of course, Mankins going to the Pro Bowl, and it worked perfectly, and yet still the second layer was there. The linebacker stepping up and making the plays. We're seeing a lot of stunning on the inside. Watch Mankins come across with the trap block. It's perfectly executed, but Michael Strahan just blew through the inside and made the play. Michael Strahan is making a lot of plays tonight, sliding down the line of scrimmage, and that's a good sign for the Giants.
Remember, he's playing opposite Ryan O'Callahan tonight, a second-year player who is filling in for Nick Kazir. Brady barely gets this one off, will throw far side and complete it to Falk. Enough for a first down.
Had to be a completely blown coverage, or they're so afraid of Randy Moss that they're going to ignore everybody else. Randy Moss.
And a Patriot is down in the field.
Ran right down the middle of the field.
That's Moss. Did not see what happened to Randy Moss
at the end of this play. As soon as the ball was released, he was right there, and one of the safeties, I can't tell exactly who it was, just lit him up with a real shot when Randy was sort of letting up at the end of the play. Looks like Jabril Wilson is going to be the guy, the tail end of this thing, and he catches a little helmet-to-helmet contact there right underneath the chin of Randy Moss. And there is no question that part of the game plan tonight, they wanted to rough this guy up. We saw the Eagles do it. The Eagles were allowing him to run as many slants as he wanted in that ball game. And then after about the third or fourth one of the Eagles came up and gave him a big shot. And the feeling is, if you get under his helmet a couple of times with those kind of shots, he's not quite the same guy.
The Ravens did it effectively also.
No question.
And so the connection between the two is Steve Spagnuolo is the defensive coordinator for the Giants, who worked last year on the Philly staff under Johnson. I bet they had some conversations this week.
They did not. I asked the
really?
question.
Come
they
on.
Did not. They did not.
Why wouldn't he? First and goal for the Patriots. This is Maroney again. He'll get it to the 4-yard line as the time expires in our first quarter. Been a good quarter for the Giants. They're trying to hold up the Patriots, and they're leading this one 7-3 in the Meadowlands.